Hey guys, welcome back to this creating a blog with Spring Boot. In last video, we created two users with username of user and user2. This is fine but really inconvenient. What if in our blog a user wants to register? We cannot ask every time to the developer to add it manually to the database every time the server is started. This is really inconvenient. So let's just remove this and try and create a registration endpoint in the block controller. Actually, let's not do it in the block controller, but create a new class, user controller. To do that, once we have done, we have created the class. We're gonna annotate this with a REST controller, and this is gonna have a private user service, and we're gonna auto-wire this. We're gonna do a post mapping with a value. Um, Let me import the annotation. Oops. With a value of register. And let's do a public string register, where we're gonna pass a user registration. So this is gonna be a request body. This user registration object does not exist yet, and we have to create it. So let's create a class user registration. We're gonna place this in a new package called Pojos because it's a simpler, just a Java object. So we're gonna place it here. Go under user registration, and this class is just gonna have a private string of username, private string of password, and private string password confirmation. We are gonna use our getters and setters. There we go. And we need a constructor. So there we go. An empty constructor and a constructor with the three arguments. There we go. Now that we have this and go back to this, we're gonna need to do a few things. So the first thing we need to do is to check out if the password um, matches the password confirmation. So if user registration get password equals user registration get password confirmation, and we're gonna make it if not equals, we're gonna return like passwords do not match message. Now we're gonna check if the user already exists. So else if user service get user user registration get username is not null, we're gonna do something return user already exists because we have an already existing user since this is different from null. Then we can do some input sanitization. I'm not gonna do it in this video, but basically there are a lot of methods to do that, and you can check out the internet how to do that. I'm not gonna focus too much on it right now. So input sanitization. This is spelled wrong. Whatever. Let me just check out real quick how you spell that. Sanitization. I think this is spelled correctly, isn't it? Yeah, it's spelled correctly, but IntelliJ doesn't know the word. Uh, it's okay. So, going back to what we were doing, um, we have to save the user if everything is fine. So, user service save, and we're gonna save. We're gonna create a new user with a username of username get user registration get username, a password of user registration get password, And we're gonna have to do a list of roles. So new role, just make it user. And there we go. And maybe return user created. So now that we have created our user, we have to try and test this method and see if it works. Let's do this in Postman. Let's open up Postman and go on the register endpoint with a body of user2, user2, user2. Let's make it user3, even though it's actually not a user3. I'm gonna have to restart the server because I didn't do it. So restart the server real quick. And once it's done, just send the request and we have a new user created. Um, we have this user created message. So as of right now, I should be able to log in as user3, user3, user3. So let's do this. Let's go on OAuth, username of user3, password of user3, send the request. We have this access token that we can once again use here to send. Post was published. Let's get the posts. And indeed, we have this username user3. This is it for today. What we can do, just another thing we can do is just create an endpoint to check out all the users that we have. So real quick, gam mapping, public list of users. You yeah, users is fine. And um, we're gonna return a user service, gets all users. Create a method, and we're gonna return a repo, find all. And there we go. We can now get all the users, and you can try it out by yourself on Postman. Thanks for watching, and have a good one, guys.